Engage fluo injectors.
Engaging fluo injectors.
Fluo reactors at 80%, sir.
Fluo containment field is destabilizing.
Emergency fluo containment protocols now. All hands brace for impact.
Brace for impact in 3, 2, 1.
Is this the show? Oh, hey, it's a show. Who knows? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Roll 101 Podcast. It's been a long, long time, and I've missed everybody. If you're hearing the sound of my voice still, or our voices, then you're the real hero here, and fuck everybody else. You can and should find us at all your favorite podcast places like Google Podcasts, which I'm actually starting to kind of fall in love with the Google Podcast app, but I'm really still upset that Google Play Music has gone away. They've diverted over to YouTube Music. YouTube Music is a way more trash app by comparison.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw that opinion down right now. Fuck you. I like having it as it as a supplement to Google Play Music, but not as a replacement for. So
I was using YouTube Music instead of Google Play anyway, so to each their own.
Yeah, I like the way that Google Music sorted and presented everything much better and more organized than YouTube Music. But in any case, but also Apple Podcasts and Spotify and iHeartRadio and YouTube and Twitch and all those other things. Bullshit aside,
Choose your fighter.
I am, as always, your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me this evening is Kathy.
Hello.
Michael, the life-size real doll voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Eddie the Snuggle Bunny.
I am living in the age of calamity. Hello, everybody.
Aren't we all? That feels like the most 100% appropriate 2020 video game ever titled.
Yes.
And Floofy Hair Zoe.
I love that it's not fluffy, it's floofy.
Oh, of course it's Floofy. It's absolutely Floofy. Why would it not be Floofy? It's definitely Floofy.
And again.
Because he totally does that whole, and I'm going to call it out. I don't know if anyone's going to get offended by this, but he totally does that white person thing, and he just goes up to it, and he's squishes it.
No, I don't. I've done it once.
Larry.
I've done that once.
Yes!
And it's when you were talking about Floofy.
And you usually say it's floofy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
No, okay, talking about it, and then sitting there, and going up to someone's head and just going, whoo, and then I get it, trust me, and it's okay, because it's you, but I still find it funny, and I'm yup. Did you not watch Zootopia? Did you not learn?
Wow. Wow.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody watches kids' movies to learn anything.
Just it's cute when a bunny calls another bunny cute, but when other animals do it.
Eh.
And oddly, that reference is highly relevant considering what we've been talking about. But that's for a whole different podcast.
Yeah, kinda, definitely. Oh, Lord. So, let's get straight to it with...
Oh my gosh!
Video games. Eddie, short version, what have you been playing?
Oh, wow. So I'm actually going
Time's
to...
up.
I'm actually going to... Wow. Wow. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Hades on Switch. I picked up Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but I haven't started it yet. And on Xbox One, I've been starting up Dead Space 1. And
Love Dead Space.
I'm going to make it my way through, but that camera is a mess.
It is not.
That camera is questionable content because it's, for some unknown reason, when I'm aiming and I'm trying to move around, sometimes the camera will zoom in automatically by itself, and I can't see the infected. So trying to hit them in the legs and everything is like really difficult, and I don't like the melee attacks in here, in this game. For it, I'm just like, it's trying to be Resident Evil 4, but it's very poor job doing it. And I'm not saying that it's not a good horror game or anything, but it's not very scary. The camera affects the controls, and it's a decent game. I think I will say I can't wait to play Dead Space 2 because a lot of people like that a little bit better. But Dead Space 1, it's an okay game. It's a good introduction to the series. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing, so I'm keeping it short. There.
When I started with Dead Space, I went completely out of order and I started with Dead Space 3. So
Oh, you poor soul.
that's just the time I found Dead Space was out and my friend wanted to show it to me.
Zoe, you're a robot.
Okay, I'm a robot.
I love. You saw what I saw, right?
What?
No, it like sped up. So all of a sudden you just went into like fast forward mode, no vocals. It was just really kind of like, oh shit.
No, that happened earlier, but it did it to you guys. I wonder if it's because I'm so far from the Wi-Fi. But like, it happened when Larry was telling his chemo story, and he stopped, and then it came back in, and it was like he was on fast forward. So
It was just really funny to see. It was just really it was kind of cool actually.
The beauty of this is I don't put the chemo story in pre-roll. It's just going to sound like I have a story about having had chemo.
Wow.
But no,
I think you
not
might
that.
need to move to the
Hopefully,
dining room
I
here.
don't sound like a robot. I started with I'm moving. Here I go. Watch me move. Did it do it again?
Video.
Wow.
What is their problem?
It's just the video. I really wish you'll have to go back and I don't know if it does it on recording. Like, is it recorded that way? Because
we're gonna find out later.
because it's just
It's Skype. It does that a lot.
it's awesome. I mean, it's nothing. It's just again, it's really kind of like a cool technical effect.
Uh-huh. I kind of wish that I could do that shit like on purpose to people.
Wow.
Zoe, Dead Space story.
Okay, am I coming in clear now?
Yes, you're coming in here.
Shut up! You're such a dick. Why do I put up with you?
You love him.
Dead Space. Okay, so my friend was like, hey, I have this really cool game. Do you want to watch me play it? And I was like, sure. So then he goes and turns off the lights, which automatically made me kind of like fucking shady as shit because he was a guy friend, and I'm just like, why are you turning off the lights? So I was low key like, Zoe gonna get raped or something? Like I was nervous.
Yeah.
But he turns on Dead Space 3, and then I'm like, oh, this game is fun. And I remember the first time I jumped, he was like walking through a room and this whole like wall of TVs turned on. I jumped so hard. And apparently like that's why he turned the lights off. He was like, I just wanted to get your, genuine reaction to this game. I was like, fuck you.
That's an asshole.
Yeah, that sounds like something Larry would do.
I mean, it's also the correct way to experience any Dead Space game is with the lights
Yeah.
off
Oh,
and either like a good surround sound or a good headset.
And this is why I won't play it, because I know how somebody did that to me with Eternal Darkness. So, with surround sound. So,
I will play Dead Space, but like not by myself.
Nope.
it's not. It's really
And I
not
wouldn't
that
want to
scary.
play it on the Switch, like unless I was gonna dock it. It's definitely not a game I would want to like walk around with on a portable.
I'd fall down. I'd throw the Switch and be like, boom! Whoops.
Wow. To be honest, it's really not scary. You'll be like, oh, they go for a jump scare, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's not really scary or anything.
I don't think it
And
would
you
scare
don't
me
know.
now. I don't think it would scare me now, like, that I know that they're in there. There are some that still get me, because, like, there are certain parts that I haven't played yet, so I don't know they're there. But, like, if I'm playing the same part over again, I'm like, yeah, I already saw this. Your trick is exposed.
I think one of
played,
the. Oh, go ahead.
I love the first Soul Reaver game, and there's a part in it where you're just walking through a corridor and suddenly a vampire will just jump out from behind a wall and scare the shit out of me. Happens every single time. I've played this game 100 fucking times, and it makes me jump every time. It's not a scary game.
No jump scares.
And every time it plays out exactly the same. I round the corner, he jumps out, I go, ah, you son of a bitch! And then he gets murdered and thrown into a wall.
I will say one of the best jump scares that I ever encountered that I still love to this day is Resident Evil 4. And you go to the garden,
No!
and it's the little
Shut up.
wolves, and we're not realizing they got the tentacles that come out. So you're trying to go to the maze and solve it, but they'll just jump out of nowhere and attack you.
Nope.
And
Nope.
everything. It's one of the. Sometimes it literally made me put Resident Evil down for a bit before I continue to play it again and beat it. But that's a game. But just that little section right there, I was just like, just knowing, because everything is silent, and then you'll hear like something rustle, and then you'll just hear a grrr, and just like, oh, okay, they're about to come, but you don't know which way they're coming, and they'll come and just jump you and attack you. It gets me most of the time, but I love that feeling that they did it. That's the only time they did a jump scare.
Oh, Lord. So, Kathy, since you're 3 months sober,
3 months.
what have you been... You said
3
it's been about... I thought it's
3
been about
weeks.
3 months.
3
As-
weeks.
Oh, Jesus. Well, here, I was trying to make it far more impressive for you,
Yeah,
apparently.
no,
Since you're
don't
3
make it
weeks
impressive.
sober, what have you been playing?
Well, I'm only 3 weeks sober because I couldn't get down the stairs for those weeks.
Wait,
Plus-
what now? I'm
So,
missing something here.
I haven't played Fortnite in 3 weeks.
Ah,
I'm 3 weeks sober.
okay.
And it's a sad thing, but I'll probably end up playing it now that I'm back downstairs. In all fairness, I've also been letting the kids on the computer, so haven't been able to play much. However, I did start over a new Hollow Knight campaign, this time on the Switch instead of the PC, since I couldn't come downstairs, and working on finally doing a 112% run. However, I don't know if that's ever going to be possible, and I don't know if I'll get all the achievements, because there is no way in hell I can do a Steel Soul run in less than 5 hours. So
Yeah,
that
that's
achievement, that my daughter did it, I can't.
Jesus.
In fact, I've had to have my daughter beat some of the bosses for me.
Jesus.
Wow.
Because I'm so horrible at the game. But she'll be sitting
It's
there.
hard.
She'll be sitting there, and then I'm like, here. And then she just whip, done. I'm like, what the fuck? Give me that damn controller. She's like, I'm just good at the game. I'm like, shut up.
Oh, wow.
I have to try so hard not to do that with Larry when I get to like a bad guy. Like he'll sit there and just like watch me get frustrated as fuck. And I'm just like, nope, I'm not gonna hand it to him because I could. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it my damn self. I'm gonna do this.
I did do some of the stuff on my own, and I've been working through some of the newer things that I didn't do in my first run through of the game. I did beat the Hollow Knight, so we're done with that. But now I'm going back and trying to complete some of the DLC and complete the Dream Nail and go through some of those areas. Yeah, but she's been helping me, which is a blessing, but she brags about it. And then, all due to my kids, all the fault of my kids, I started playing Among Us, and it's really kind of blown up on Twitch, and a lot of people have been really playing it. It's basically...
I've seen snippets. I need an explanation of this shit.
So, if you've ever played a game called Mafia, or it's basically where you have a group of up to 10 people, anywhere from 1 to 3 people are known as the imposter, and the rest are crewmates. Crewmates need to go around and complete tasks on a spaceship and try to complete all those tasks before the imposter or imposters kill them off, bleeding oxygen, or causing a reactor meltdown, or end up voting everybody out, and the imposters are the only ones left. So you basically...
I feel like this is the video game version of Secret Hitler.
So
I'm thinking Werewolf. That's what comes to mind for me.
That's the other one. There was another game. Yes, Werewolf is the other one. And so yeah, you just kind of go around, and then if somebody discovers a dead body, they can report it, and then everybody gets together, and that's when everybody can talk, except for the people who are dead. They can't talk, but everyone else can. Now, if you're playing on your phone, you can still text with the dead people who are also dead, so you can kind of be like sit there and watch them be stupid and not get the right person, which is kind of fun. But then you vote out. You can either choose to vote somebody out. The person who gets the most votes gets voted out. If there's a tie, nobody leaves. You can also skip. And you just keep going until either the crewmates, all the imposters are figured out, or the imposters win. So
it's so funny. It's funny.
It's a funny game, I'll tell you, because I'm a horrible liar, and when I'm the imposter, I've had to learn to be sneaky and just go around and eliminate everybody before I get caught. Otherwise, I don't win.
It's so funny that people went from Fall Guys to Among Us.
Yeah.
On Twitch.
Yeah, that went real fast.
And Among Us has been out for a while, so it just gained. But I think it's more social than the Fall Guys. There's definitely a little bit more sociability with it, and you can get together with your friends. And so I think that's what more of the allure of it, because that's why my daughter plays it so much, is because of that. And you can create private rooms, so it's just you and your friends. You can make them public so that you can get more people if you don't have enough. So it's a simple game. The guys look like minions in spacesuits. And what's nice about it too is even after you've been killed or if you've been voted out, you still can help your team win by completing tasks. So just because you're out doesn't mean you have to sit there and wait. There's still stuff for you to do. Plus it's kind of nice. You're a little ghost and you can kind of follow the bad guy around and see what they do, and just, you can still interact with the world.
Hey, there's another one.
Hey, Dylan. And then the other game, picked up Super Mario 3D.
Okay.
And
How many copies did you buy?
One. Just one. We're not scalpers like others, because we're stupid.
I got 4.
Of course you fucking did.
But one was for my nephew, one's for my mom, and then the other one's for a friend that I shipped it off.
But so he's buying for other people. He's not reselling them.
I know. I'm just laughing about it.
I'm stupid like that. If I was smart, I would have done that. But no. I have not been able to play the game because everybody else is hogging it. My son is playing 64. My daughter is playing Galaxy, and their father is playing
Sunshine.
So, and unfortunately, by the time I can get on, I'm ready for bed. So, yeah. That's okay. I had Hollow Knight to keep me company when I was in isolation, so we're good.
There you go.
Alright, I'm done.
He disappeared again. Zoe, what have you been playing?
Not a whole lot. I picked up Mario Odyssey, but like just got through the very, very beginning of it. Unfortunately, you know, being a teacher right now during you know, COVID doesn't really make me want to look at a screen. So by the time I get home, I'm just like, no screens. Sleep. So not a whole lot of game playing going on, unfortunately.
What do you think
Test.
of Odyssey so far? Since you've been
I can
playing
hear you,
some of it?
Dylan.
Awesome.
What?
Said, what do you think of Odyssey so far? What you've played?
It's fun. It's quirky. It's definitely different than like a lot of the Mario games that I've played. I'm so used to the whole. Okay, so this is gonna date me for like, and I feel funny saying that, being that I'm 25. So find it funny saying something like that. But a lot of the Mario games that I'm used to are like just the side scroller Mario games. And in a weird way, I honestly prefer that more than like a 3D world. Like, I know the 64 had... Oh, what the fuck? I don't know, there was some like 3D, like, and you had to go through all these doors. I feel like really dumb that I can't think of the name for this game.
Super Mario 64.
Is it just Super Mario 64?
64, you went through the paintings.
Yeah, that thing. Okay, I never owned that game. I went to other people's houses and played that. I never owned a 64, so that, and I was also like really young. So I was just like, oh cool, look, game. So I like Odyssey. I do want to keep playing it. I love being other animals. I was a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I wrecked shit. I was like, this is awesome. It reminded me of that movie, Meet the Robinsons. I don't know if any of you have seen it, where the hat goes on the dinosaur.
I don't think we thought this plan out too carefully, Master.
I got big head, little arms.
That's one of my favorite movies.
I love it. So, no, I like it. It's quirky. Before that, and this has been a while, I was playing Hollow Knight. I put it down because it was keep dying at this one part, and it was frustrating me, so I said, fuck it, for like a second. I rage quit.
Where are you stuck on that?
I think somewhere in the green space, I think.
Oh, in Green Path?
Yeah. And I'm trying to get past this one dude, but he keeps killing me.
Hornet? It's like a little bug with like...
No, because like I'm chasing after the chick. I'm chasing after her. And then like you run into this big guy, and he's just I don't know how to describe
the
it.
big tall one with the shield in the circle?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yes, fuck him.
I don't know. Sounds like a painful experience.
But
But I was playing that. I generally like it. I love the design of the game. I really do like the gameplay. I like that each area has different bugs and stuff in it. When I saw the like infected looking bugs, that was interesting. I didn't know what they were gonna do with them, but I wasn't expecting them to explode. So I was just like, let me give it a whack, and I'm like, oh cool, it died, and then it was like, oh, yeah,
and then wah.
Yeah. Oh my god, one thing I learned about the game, and I fucking hate it. I don't know why it's a thing. When you die, and you're going to find your shadow thing, if you die, and you haven't collected it yet, you lose everything!
Lose all your Geo, and it sucks, especially when later on when you're trying to save up to like
I had like
15,000 Geo. I almost lost.
I had 800 Geo. I was saving for a thing. It was like 1,200 or something I was gonna buy, and I'm like, okay, cool. I lost all of it.
It's the worst. I know. Believe me.
Fuck whoever decided that was a thing that should happen.
I know. I wish there was a bank that you could just like store it in and collect. But
you gotta use your skill so you're taking the risk.
And if
don't worry,
Eddie,
eventually-
if you're gonna say
eventually you'll
get
get to the
good,
bank.
I'm gonna smack you.
No,
with my hand.
I said you got to use your skill.
That's assuming we
Handle
have
the risk.
skills, okay? This is not Charlie Tuna. I have no skills.
And she doesn't have my daughter to help her. So okay, come on. Be
Wow.
nice.
I mean, I got a Larry.
Again, you don't have my daughter to help you.
I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Your kid can do shit with that game that I haven't managed to
I
accomplish, so.
I'm seriously need to. She really wants to start a YouTube channel. I need to have her do like just a collection of boss battles and just have a video of her doing these boss
Yeah,
battles.
just do the Pantheon.
Yeah, and just be like, holy fucking shit, girl.
Give her the
She
main
has the charms down, like to a science of what she
Oh, yeah.
does. It's crazy.
I was gonna say.
Sorry,
give her
so
the-
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
was-
you're fine. But I think those are really the only two games I really got into. I started playing Breath of the Wild, but like not deep enough to really like talk anything about it. I like just started it.
Let me know when you get more into it.
I would if someone could find his video game. Considering I
Yeah,
bought it
it's
off
so-
of him and now he can't find it.
It's shuffled around the house somewhere.
Yeah, this tiny little fucking disc is shuffled around the house somewhere.
It
If he
will
doesn't
turn
find
up.
it, let me know. I'll send you my copy because I have like multiple copies of it.
It'll be found. Why do you have multiple copies?
I have it on the Wii U and I have it on the Switch. I can easily
Oh,
send her
Yeah,
my
same
Switch
here.
I
copy.
thought you were saying you had multiple copies on the Switch. I was
Switch.
like, what?
Maybe
well,
like
wait a
you
minute,
don't
hold
have
up,
multiple
hold up,
copies of a
hold up,
game.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. How many copies of games do you have?
How many copies of Hollow Knight do you have, Larry?
3.
I was gonna say none of you can talk. Tell me how many, how many copies of Zelda do you have?
Shut
Hey, I admitted that I have 2.
Hey, no, I'm talking. Nobody can throw
Oh.
that shit at me. Like, no, Larry, don't even throw that shit my way.
Hey, Larry.
Especially not
Uh,
Larry. He buys a bunch of copies of a bunch of different things.
Larry might be jealous of me. I got the
Yeah,
I
but
am
not because I want to.
8, I got the I am 8-bit or in the Will of the Wisp collection.
Fuck you, Eddie.
That
I
but that
know.
mug was $180.
I know. I'm waiting to order my copy. At least it's fucking open pre-order though.
Yeah, see, I can't
So-
justify buying something that much unless it's a Zelda related.
Well, because I don't own
I can't afford.
yeah, just because I don't own Ori 1 for Switch and that's part of the collection, I decided to get it there.
My
'Cause-
thing is like, go ahead, Eddie. Sorry.
No, that was it. Cause I own the collection. I own the Ori 2 collection for Xbox, and then when I seen this one on Switch, I'm like, oh yeah, let me order this before it's gone.
Part of me wants it
Well-
because it looks pretty, but like I have neither completed Ori 1 or 2, and I'm like, I can't justify dropping almost $200 on a game set that like doesn't mean something super important to me. Now, for some reason, like if Spyro dropped like a mega, like I would buy the shit out of it. Spyro is my jam, will always be my jam. Or if Diablo did something like that, I'd do that too.
I think Spyro, the collection for Xbox was like $20.
Oh no, I
Interesting.
have that. I'm saying if they
Oh.
made like a pretty box and a bunch of like cool shit with it, I'd buy
that
the hell out of it. But like I can't justify for myself buying it. I mean, if he buys it, I can at least play the games on my Switch. I don't really need to own all the pretty stuff. I feel like that's definitely more Larry's area just because of his connection with the game. I just don't have that, and I can't justify us spending shit. If both of us got it, damn near $400.
That's
No.
300.
I said near $400. I know how to add.
I would hope so. You're teaching kids.
Wow.
So, Michael, what have you been playing?
Yeah.
When I murder him, you're gonna see me on the news. Don't be surprised. You're never gonna hear from him again. I'll steal his phone and pretend I'm him in chat.
Wow. Michael,
He's
what you
gotta
been
do
playing?
shitty puns about once a week.
You
Yeah.
right?
The put a pin in it was good.
Oh my
Fuck you, Larry.
god.
Michael, what you been playing?
Anywho, Michael, what have you been playing?
I just 100%ed a game called Feudal Alloy.
I
It's
have
a
that one
weird-
downloaded.
It's a weird little game. Then the whole reason that I like the aesthetic to it a lot. Okay, the thing is, you're a goldfish in a jar, and the jar is the head of a robot. It is never brought up, not once in the entire game. Every enemy you fight is a goldfish in a jar in a fucking mech suit.
Nice.
It's never brought up. It's a Metroidvania style, like medieval setting, and like it's a minimalist game. It was a lot of fun, but it's one of those like once I've played through it, I'll never touch it again. So
Is it like a 8-bit? Is it like black and white? I think 8-bit.
No. This one is I've seen the art style somewhere before. It's kind of like washed out.
Because it's not the Goto Robo art style.
No, it's not Gato Roboto-esque.
No.
Okay, I know there's another game that was like that. That's Metroidvania. That's it.
No. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, the story was, as I said, very cheesy, very, minimalist, but still a lot of fun. And now I'm currently playing through Ori 2 again, because I'm mildly obsessive, and I didn't want to wait for the physical to come out. I mean, I did get the collector's edition, but I was like, you know what, I just want to play it right now. And so I fucking downloaded. I double dipped already. So I've bought this game 4 times.
3?
No, because I bought it 3 because I bought the collector's edition for the physical for I think it's the first one that I bought like 6 times at this point.
Yeah.
Still
I couldn't figure out a reason to have it 4 times already for the second one.
Yeah. The big problem is, like, I keep getting booted out of the game to the dashboard. Like,
Ooh.
the stuttering issue that the Xbox One had, that's not there. I haven't had any issue with stuttering, but I keep getting kicked out of the game just randomly. But otherwise, like, as I said, it plays really smooth. It's still, I fucking love this game. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I wish one of you guys would fucking beat it so we can talk about it.
I know.
My daughter hasn't had a chance to play through the game for me, okay? If you want, I can have her get on this call.
Which
and
game?
she can talk to you because she's played through Ori 2 as well.
Oh.
And she beat it. So once she finishes it for me on my file, with me watching, I'll talk to you about it.
I know all I gotta do is the spider and then do the final part. Then I'm done with it.
Larry's almost done with Ori 2. When the hell are you just gonna get through that and finish it?
I'll get back to you when I have the gum.
Larry?
When I have the attention span, focus, and energy to do anything besides slay the spire because I don't have to think that hard.
Dude, you talking about attention span? I think I know why video games are not my thing. No, with what we've been talking about, I think that
You
might
need
be
to play
part.
WarioWare. That's the exact right game for you.
Oh wow.
So for
I
those
mean,
that,
it's not wrong.
So for those that weren't here earlier, I have been looking into getting tested for possible ADD or ADHD because I can't concentrate for shit on shit. And I'm thinking that might be why video games are kind of just nah, they take too much work. So I only play for a little bit and then I'm I'm good.
Have you played anything else, Michael?
No, that's pretty much it. There was a point though while I was fighting, when I was fighting Quolok the frog.
Mm-hmm.
I beat him on the first try, and as soon as I did, I'm literally out loud going, "Take that, Larry."
Fuck you.
Shoot, I need to start on Darksiders Genesis. I need to finish that on Switch.
I need to go
for
back
this
to
year.
that on PlayStation.
Oh, you picked it up for PlayStation?
Yeah, well, like because again, I'm a good little consumer whore. I
Michael's
bought
mission
the
objective is to own every physical copy of Darksiders everything, so that he's the only one that has any copies of it.
No, I bought the what was it, the deluxe version, the super big
Yeah.
with the model for the PlayStation, and it was late showing up, and I'm impatient as all fuck, so I went and just bought it on Switch, and I've 100% of the Switch version, but
No, you gotta do it on the PlayStation.
yeah,
Are you going platinum it or
possibly.
go?
Like, it wasn't that difficult to do, actually.
Okay.
Like, because I'm not usually a trophy whore, but as I said, it's not difficult.
To get through. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to platinum it, to get everything.
Dylan, what have you been playing?
VR games lately. Robo Recall, which is like an arcadey first-person shooter. That like reminds me of like old school arcade games. Like you gotta try to get like top score, and you can like juggle robots by shooting them, or like you can grab them and rip their heads off and then beat other robots with their head, which is a lot of fun. Played, oh man, kind of pulling on a blank here. Wasteland 3, which is amazing. So many different ways you can play that game. I murdered a cat because I went and joined my own party.
You think you married a cat?
No, I murdered a cat
Okay.
because it wouldn't join my party. I did have sex with a robot.
Wow.
Well,
That's awesome.
so I tried to hack the first robot, and it was like, "Whoa, bro, like not cool." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." So,
I'm hoping that game comes to Switch. I think that's
Wasteland?
where I'm gonna play
dude, it's so good. Like the
Yeah,
freedom of choice is just. I mean, it's buggy as fuck. So save often.
it. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super buggy, especially in co-op. Single player, not so much. When you play by yourself, I'm not
Mhm.
noticing nearly as many bugs, but multiplayer co-op is broken with bugs. Like you'll have like $4,000, and then like you'll get to the shop after a loading screen, and it'll have no dollars or negative dollars.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they don't have to patch that.
Yeah, it's rough, but the core game is so good. It reminds me of like Fallout 3. You know, the first time I played Fallout 3 with the
Mhm.
like choices that are available. Yeah, excellent game. Brass Tactics VR game is a lot of fun. Been playing some PC Builder Simulator, which is whatever. Just to kill time. I'm really looking forward to Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons looks fucking sick.
I think
And
I'm
it's
a,
VR.
I think I'm gonna wait for people to give their impressions and reviews on it. I would say this. I love the cover of it because I love that font on that color. It looks really nice. I'm not feeling the game though. In the sense.
Well, I get it for free with the EA Pass, so
Mhm.
I'll play it. And I like, space
You're
battles.
doing it on a PC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost everything I do is PC. I don't do a lot of anything else.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty drunk, so I can't really remember
Well, that's
all the
that's
games.
good. That's good. Larry, what have you been playing?
I think Larry disappeared.
Larry's gone.
I played Pandemic. I
I saw you on there last night.
Yeah,
Playing Hollow Knight.
Oh, nice.
yeah. I've been playing Pandemic. That's pretty fun. I like the physical board game better, but it's fun.
Well, I guess then we are going to go take a break and wait for Larry to come back. And when he comes
He's
back,
right there. You can't hear him?
no, I was asking him what he's been
Yeah, he can hear you guys.
Yeah, I can hear you.
playing. Okay, then what have you been playing, Larry?
All right, so real quick, Dylan, you got to tell me what you think. Like, how much Pandemic have you played?
The board game or the
Video game.
video game?
Either, because the video game is just the digital and the board game.
It plays a little differently, actually. Like, so the digital version, you get to pick your class. You don't get to pick your class in the board game. It's
You mean like the different characters? Yeah, you do.
yeah. No, it's shuffled and then it's dealt out, and then you just get whatever one you're dealt.
I would
Depends
say
on how you play it.
that's true. I'm also used to playing Legacy, where you're picking your players.
Okay.
Which, have you played Legacy?
I played the board game for the first time while I was on vacation with my brother.
Okay.
And we were just reading the rule book, and it was like, you have to deal it. And I was like, I felt like when I watched Larry play it, you got to just pick it. But
You did. So,
uh,
are you familiar with the Legacy board games?
I'm familiar with the board game I play. I don't know
Okay,
if that
so
was Legacy or not.
there's a series. No, I don't think what you played was Legacy. There's a series of board games. Pandemic is one of them. They've done a Legacy version of Risk and a couple of others, where instead of just you play the game, wipe the board, start over, the Legacy games actually take the original games as the base model, but they actually like have ongoing campaigns where the board will be permanently altered and changed as you go along. Like new stuff gets introduced along the way depending on whether
like
you win or
like
lose campaigns.
Gloomhaven.
I haven't played enough of Gloomhaven to be able to make an accurate comparison.
So Gloomhaven's like a RPG board game, but like
Okay.
the shit you do has permanent consequences on the world.
Yeah,
Of the board game, and like I mean, you could play it forever. like,
well,
not
the
forever,
Legacy,
but
right. The Legacy games have like seasons of campaigns. So with like Pandemic, the season 1 is a 1-year campaign where each game you play represents 1 month in the campaign, and you get 2 attempts to win each month. So, and then what happens, in the next month depends on whether you won or lost the previous. Like you can actually permanently lose entire characters if they get scarred up enough. There's new mechanics to get introduced partway through depending on what's happening in the story. It's really neat. I've got season 1 Legacy started. I've never been able to find a group to stick together long enough to like finish it, which irritates the shit out of me. So Michael, I understand your pain because I've been
Sorry.
trying to do this for years. So, but yeah, as for what I've been playing, I've basically already talked about it. I've been playing Slay the Spire off and on when I have the energy to turn on a video game for the last couple of weeks, honestly, because I've just had zero energy at all. And what little I've had is usually having to be spent elsewhere on other things, just adulting-wise, that I don't want to do. But Slay the Spire is holding my attention. That said, though, there's a couple of games on the horizon. One of them just released, and I'm just waiting to pick it up, which is Against the Moon, which honestly just kind of falls into related to Slay the Spire territory. The big difference that caught my attention is that when you're upgrading your cards in Against the Moon, each card has like a forked pathway for the upgrades. So depending on your play style, you can choose how to upgrade your cards, rather than it just being, this is the upgraded version, that's it. So that's kind of caught my attention. And I was super excited because I got the I Am 8-Bit newsletter in my email today, and it said that my copy of Creature in the Well is shipping next month, and I can't fucking wait. because it just looks hella awesome. And I feel like I've been waiting for Creature in the Well for goddamn ever.
I have that on Xbox One.
Have you played it yet?
Creature in the Well, yeah.
What did you think?
It's a really good game. It's not bad. I really like
Okay.
it. I think I gotta stick with it and continue to make progress with it. But it's not a bad game. It's really
And
good.
like I
enough.
said, everything about its design caught my attention and said, yes, please.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to it. But that's kind of all I've been playing. I've had a compunction to want to sit down and start some other games that I haven't started yet, but like I said, when I don't even have the energy to turn on Slay the Spire to sit and play for an hour, I'm sure as shit not starting something new. I just that's more gump than I have to offer at the moment. So, which sucks. Like literally 3 days ago, I was like, man, I really want to play this game that I haven't started yet. I'm in the mood. By the time I got home, I'm just like, fuck everything. I'm going to bed. So, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
So, I think that means it's a good time for us to say break. And we're back with the third half of the show. This week, we're looking to make our way on over to the news desk. So, big hunk of news that came up in the last couple of days here, and I'm sure there's at least one person here that's got something to say about it. Microsoft buying Bethesda.
We're acquiring ZeniMax, we should say.
The whole property.
They bought all of it.
Yeah.
They bought all of it.
ZeniMax is the top that owns everything. So.
Right.
So they did actually buy Bethesda. There you go. They just bought more of it. So, I don't know that I particularly care all that much, but I suspect one or two of you have some thoughts that you'd like to get into here.
Well, before we get into it, I will like to say that I think everybody celebrated this move and thought it was a good move on Microsoft for them to acquire ZeniMax, because we don't know if they were having financial problems, but I know they've been having popularity problems. That people were just like, oh, that's cool, they're doing this, but if this connected to Fallout and this problems or this problems and stuff, and I think people started doubting them with the quality of their software. But I think now with their having Microsoft's money and stuff, and probably with various teams, I think their quality of games are going to get better. So I think a lot of people were celebrating that this move was happening. I don't know if they were having financial problems, but I know like Rage 2 didn't do well last year. Fallout 76 was a big problem. Definitely, I think you had to pay for like extra storage and stuff. It like this
Fallout
even just
76 is an affront to gamers everywhere.
and I don't know how big Elder Scrolls Online has been. I know there is a community.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten
definitely better, yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better.
It may be me, but I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. But
Well,
I
there's
know it's
better MMOs, man. Like Final Fantasy 15, I think
14.
online. 14 online is excellent.
15 is also.
Yeah,
on there,
Star
yeah.
Wars has gotten excellent. And obviously the Juggernaut WoW is better than the Elder Scrolls experience.
so yeah. But go ahead, Larry. I'll turn it back over to you. That was just what I wanted to say real quick.
No, you're all right. You hit on something there. Yes, I think there's some Microsoft folk that are celebrating this, but there's definitely a whole lot of other people that are probably going to be worried about getting left in the lurch here with Bethesda games and company going forward as to whether or not they're going to get to play them.
So
Not to mention, this also raises the other question: if Microsoft is looking to buy something as big as ZeniMax and everything that comes with it, is anyone else off the table from getting bought up for exclusivity?
For at this time, nothing is off the table, but
Because there's talk that Sega might be coming under that heading.
Microsoft already confirmed that they're not buying Sega. They already confirmed
Microsoft also confirmed that Will and the Wisp wasn't coming to Switch.
Right. Well, this is the this was the thing with Microsoft, is that they weren't bringing any more of their Microsoft products to Switch. Moon Studios is not owned by Microsoft. Moon Studios could put their stuff out for anything that they want to. So Microsoft
murmurings that Microsoft might buy Activision.
No, Activision makes too much money over Microsoft. So they're
don't know, dude. Microsoft makes a fuck ton of money. Like,
they make money, but no Japanese developer really wants to work with them. They'll quickly work with Nintendo and be bought by Nintendo before they go to Microsoft. Because the thing about
Activision's not
Japanese. Right. But everybody's been saying, just going to the Sega thing real quick, Microsoft doesn't do well in Japan. If Microsoft buys Activision, a lot of the Call of Duty fan base would be upset.
I don't think so. Because Microsoft plays the game really well at being cross-platform friendly. I don't think people would be upset so long as they don't rock the boat. See, Microsoft is playing the long game, my friend.
See, that's the fear that people have with Microsoft buying Bethesda, is that there's going to be a point where those games are going to be cut off from the other platforms. But Sony themselves, Sony doesn't have to worry.
Sony's platform, because Sony's being a bitch about Xbox Game Pass.
Well, no. The thing, I was talking to one of my friends, and I mentioned that Sony has a bigger RPG crowd, definitely with JRPGs, than the Western RPGs that Bethesda is known for. So, if they were going to lose anything, they will only lose a small fraction of Western RPGs, in a sense, where Microsoft bought Bethesda, but Sony got Final Fantasy 16, and people will quickly go buy Final Fantasy 16 than they will a Bethesda game for their RPGs. The PC market might take a hit if they don't bring it to Steam or anything. If people don't want to play Windows 10, that's going to be the hit of that, because Bethesda, for their Western RPGs, they've been known through PC, through anything before console. Like Elder Scrolls Morrowind was on the original Xbox. Nobody played that game until a lot of people got into Elder Scrolls with Oblivion when it came to 360, and then Skyrim made Elder Scrolls popular among console and PC. Nobody was talking about Elder Scrolls, and more people will talk more about Mass Effect than they will talk about Elder Scrolls when it comes to consoles.
Oh yeah, Mass Effect was fucking epic.
Right.
Until episode 3.
Right, and BioWare was known for making stuff for PC, but they were also known for making stuff for console. Because Empire's on the regular Xbox, and people kind of enjoyed that. Star Wars, is it SOTW? Star Wars. It was one of the Star Wars games that BioWare did for the regular Xbox that blew BioWare up for consoles. What was Bethesda doing at that time? Bethesda was still making stuff for PC. So Sony won't really lose nothing. Nintendo really won't lose nothing, because Bethesda has someone else ports games to Nintendo's platform. Bethesda hasn't worked on an actual title for Nintendo. They have gone through somebody else. So
wasn't Doom on Nintendo Switch?
It was, but they went to someone else to port Doom for it. Bethesda didn't work on Doom for the Switch. It's a difference when you go to someone else to do your...
But it's still their property.
It's still their property, but Bethesda didn't work on the actual property to put it on Switch.
Right, but they own it. All I'm saying is Microsoft is playing the long game. They're they're putting their claws in, and they're willing to work with everybody. It's Sony that is unwilling to accept that. Sony doesn't want Microsoft involved in any of their shit, which is fine until you start getting more. Like, if Microsoft starts acquiring more and more first-party developers,
I mean, third-party
developers, sorry, they're going to have an issue if, like, they launch on both Nintendo, Xbox, PC, and not on Sony, because Sony doesn't want to play the game.
For this market, yes. For UK and for Japan, that's a whole different story. And I think that's what I think a lot of American gamers don't recognize, is that you got to really think about the UK, and you got to really think about Japan, who holds the market with their current system. So Sony owns a lot of the UK, with Nintendo being some. In this generation, it is Sony with Nintendo coming back, but kind of in Japan, Nintendo kind of holds more of the market over Sony and Microsoft. So just because you do one portion of your business in one territory, you want to try to do your portion of business in all three territories.
Yeah, like I said, I just think that Microsoft cares more about software than they do about hardware at this point.
And this, it's a good way for get the people to subscribe more to Game Pass. This is a Game Pass big deal breaker for Microsoft. Ooh.
I said I was drunk. All right, I hold no bars. Like, keep drinking until I pass out. I'm still on vacation. God damn it.
So, but I think it's a good deal for Microsoft to do this. It's gonna give good business to them and to Bethesda. Definitely with Doom Eternal coming to Game Pass, I think next week or something. I know it's coming soon. That's gonna help it get the recognition, because Animal Crossing destroyed Doom Eternal.
That fact cracks me up.
And I can't wait for more people to play Doom Eternal, because they said it's a good game.
Fuck Doom Eternal, man. It's good, but it's
the
dog
same
shit at the same time. Like, Doom 2016 was a masterpiece. Doom Eternal, like, merged Doom, which is awesome, with Mario, which is awesome, but they don't mix. Like, get fucking platforming out of my Doom game. Like, why is this here? Get it out of here. I just want to blow up fucking demons.
Probably because, well, no, I would say the Titanfall 2 as with traversal and shooting, but that was just more of a big open area. So, but what did you guys think? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's all right. This went interesting places. I support this.
I think it's just looking at it from one perspective that people were celebrating, and I didn't see many Sony owners or anything upset about it, because a lot of Sony players were like, were happy that this happened. They were like, okay, Microsoft bought Bethesda, ZeniMax, cool, that's awesome for them. The only questions that we have is after contracts field, will we get certain games? And if we don't get certain games, we got our own first party in a lot of Japanese games to fill that void. And the Nintendo people, Nintendo players wasn't focused on that. Shoot, you put one of their favorite games on limited run games, that's going to be the hotness that everybody's going to be talking about. Look how Hyrule Warriors Ages of Calamity has been doing. Like, it's been hot talk for a lot of Zelda players and Nintendo fans.
See, I think it makes sense for Microsoft to go on this buying spree that they have been. Because out of anybody, the last generation, Microsoft has had, at least as far as I'm concerned, the weakest first-party lineup out of any of them. And it makes sense that they're going to stack the deck, so to speak, in a way to try and rectify that problem. And part of me wonders if just their in-house studios just aren't what they used to be. And this is their way of essentially compensating for that fact of going, you know what, we want the income, but we don't want to have to exert the effort to get a solid first party exclusive lineup anymore. But we have the money that we could bandy about and buy these up and get the return on investment to make it worth doing it that way. So,
Well, for that to happen, they're gonna have to show more gameplay than cutscenes. Because I think
but that's kind of everybody right now. That seems to be a trend.
yeah.
So,
Michael, any thoughts? Or Zoe,
No.
Kathleen?
I got
The
nothing.
only thing is I'm kind of curious.
I have zero thoughts on this
I mean-
particular thing.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what this does for development on the new games that are coming up, because I am kind of excited for their new IP and then also for Elder Scrolls 6. So will this speed up the process because now they'll have more access to funding, or is this going to slow it down because they're going to have to maybe have more strict quality control and have to do a
God,
little
that'd
bit
be
more.
nice.
I didn't mind the bugs in some cases.
You know, I think they're going to be able to hire more people to help them fix the thing, because everybody was just like, well, give Bethesda and all of these companies Microsoft products. I'm like, don't give them that. You know, let them be able to still create what they create, but give them someone who's going to give them direction and fix stuff. So when the quality does come out, if they need to delay it to fix the bugs and stuff, they could delay and fix the bugs.
So and also as somebody who plays Elder Scrolls Online, I really like the direction that they've been going, especially as they've been expanding. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking forward to, because I think until they opened up more of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls Online, a lot of people who played it were coming from having played Skyrim, and it was a whole different experience. And that's why I think there was some problems with it. Now that we're able to go back into some of those areas that people who were looking for that Skyrim experience, I think we're going to start seeing more people coming in, especially as they're opening up more and more of the worlds and building that world in that MMO. So I am seeing a lot more talk, especially as a new person to that world, seeing a lot more people really getting more involved in it and realizing, seeing the improvements in the game. And there's a lot of talk amongst those who've been there from the beginning of how it's improved. So we'll see. We'll see what this. I think we're more positive on it than negative. But I think this is also a sign of where the gaming industry and where the industry in general is heading. It's going to become major corporations owning everything. So that creates a whole other topic of, where's our world heading to, and is that a good thing or a bad thing? So that's I think we're seeing especially with the loss of business and with all the coronavirus, everything going on in 2020, we're going to see a shift in how the small businesses and the larger businesses and how those work together.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I love sitting here and listening to you guys talk about this stuff, because I have zero knowledge of what the hell y'all are talking about. I literally look at a game and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Y'all know who makes the game and all this other background shit. I'm just like, cool game. Like, I only know a few people that like make some of the games that I love Spyro. I couldn't fucking tell you who makes it.
Oh, Activision, which is which is so it's so funny
Like
that
that-
Crash.
But I'm just saying that's how bad it is. Like my favorite games, I still couldn't tell you who makes them. I'm just like, I know what systems they're on,
Yeah,
but
fine.
that's it.
Spend some more time with us, because Zoe, I was in the same boat probably a good couple of years ago, but that was because I was always discouraged as growing up to get involved in games, because I was really falling in love with them for what they could be and getting into the lore and wanting to play the PC games, but I was always told no, and I just obeyed because I was, stupid.
See, that's
And
not
so
the thing.
I didn't
Yeah.
so I didn't follow the same way with you. It's like, oh, it's a game, I'll play it. And I didn't get involved with all the backstory and stuff until I got much older and even more older, and I started looking more in depth into not only the stories of the games, but then into the companies and finding out, because I wanted to know that stuff. And then when I met this group, I basically just sit there and I listen. And then now I go in and I read all the articles, where before I'd be like, I was just like, yeah, I don't know what they're all talking about.
That
Don't pick
like,
on me. Don't ask me a question. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Avoid
no,
me.
like Larry has tried to share some of his knowledge, but honestly, I find
in
with
one ear out the
games,
other.
for one, yeah. Mostly just because like my brain has, I'm gonna use some teacher language on you. There's no way for him to like scaffold that information in my brain. I don't have anything like in there that he can add to. It's like you're talking to me about shit that I have zero knowledge of, and not to sound like a dick, but like someone that doesn't play games very often, I have very little reason to hold on to it. So it's like, I love you talking to me about this. I'm super excited that you're excited, but I have no reason to hang on to this. And I mean, I think if I did this more often, I'd probably have more of a reason to hang on to some of my knowledge and look deeper into things. Like, as far as like developer goes, I think the only one that I really have stuck in my head is that Square Enix does fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Oh wow.
That's like that's
Hey.
like the only one that just stays stuck.
And nothing wrong with that, because Kingdom Hearts is a freaking amazing series, which
It is.
I'm
And like,
which I'm disappointed that I've never played, because I chose Xbox over PlayStation.
It's a
and it's funny, like you guys are mentioning like
series.
Bethesda.
Shut up,
I
Larry.
only know Bethesda from. I mean, there probably are like console games that I've played that Bethesda has made, and I just don't realize it. Like a lot of my PC games that I was playing are Bethesda. What the hell? I was playing one of them. I can't remember what the hell it is. 'Cause I
Fallout?
played not Fallout.
Doom is one.
I'm trying to think of ones that I've seen all the time. Like, there's League. I was playing Paladins. I was playing a couple other ones. I can't remember. I'd have to go in my Steam account, but because my screen is cracked and I have a touch screen and I don't know how to turn it fuck off, I can't play my PC games because my mouse will get like stuck in the crack of my screen. Yes. So like, apparently someone told me, yeah, there's a way to turn off your touch screen, but I have no idea how to do that. So I haven't been able to play my PC games in a while. So but no, like Paladins is my shit. It's basically knockoff.
You can have that on your Switch. That's on there.
You know it is. But I was what the hell? It's Overwatch. There you go. That's what Paladins is. It's knockoff Overwatch.
Oh.
It's a good ass game though. I thoroughly enjoy it, but it's free Overwatch.
Nothing wrong with free Overwatch.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
But like as far as like companies and stuff, like I don't know all the like details behind it. He has started showing me more like directs, which make me look into games. I'm starting to look into games that aren't just like your super top tier games. Looking more into indie games. Because normally, like, my go-to games were, like, all of your name brand games. Like, I played Halo. I love Gears of War. I would play Call of Duty. I mean, Spyro and Crash. Like, all the games that I played are, what are those, AAA games? I think that's what they're called or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, learning things. Ha!
I still kind of like the term
Um,
brand name games now.
Brand A.
But I'm in the same boat, Zoe. That was exactly until I got my PC, and actually it wasn't until I met Larry in my Twitch chat. Like, I never would have found out about Hollow Knight. I was playing a lot of, for the most part.
We were playing Shapes and Beats when we met, though.
Right, but you know why? Because my kids found it. I would never have played it, and I saw them playing it. They said give it a try, and I was bored that night. I didn't want to play Fortnite that night, so I.
That was a fucking great night, though.
Oh my god, I never stayed up that late.
That was so much fun.
But
Cool.
but that's.
Kathy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, cool thing about Larry and Hollow Knight, I got to see Larry when he was first getting into Hollow Knight.
That's so cool.
Cause like
Oh, God,
he was like,
that
oh, I got
was-
this cool new game, but I remember him like going through it for the first time before he had all of his like Hollow Knight paraphernalia.
But it was, but seriously, until I met this Larry and met the group and started, I would never have played any of the indie games. I mean, I might have because my kids would have gotten into them, and that's where I've also learned a lot of the games from them. Because they'll want to play it, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta see it at least before I'll let you get it. But yeah, no, Zoe, spend some more time with us. Believe me.
I just find it
they
funny,
will get
like
you interested.
I find it funny, like Larry's got this whole like library of games and a bunch of indie fucking games, and the games I bought off of him are Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. I'm just like totally the opposite direction. Of,
But that's okay.
of
But that's
indie
okay.
games.
Those brand name games are freaking the bomb. So
I'm not like
There's some of them that are
They're
definite,
brand
like,
name
staples.
for a reason.
yes.
I love that song. I don't know who's playing it, but it's a jam.
Dylan.
I'm drunk. I'm in the music mood. Like,
Wow.
Wow.
I'm kind of.
How do I get like Dylan? Like
Just pick yourself up a bottle of Aviation Gin.
Oh wow.
Gin or scotch?
Gin. It's gin.
Is it gin? I was gonna say I'm surprised it's not scotch tonight.
I got that right here.
You about to be
Dude, I didn't touch
faded.
any of the rum while I
You
was
mean
there, and
about-
I feel
he has
ashamed
been
of
since
myself.
he got on.
What, Larry? Any other news?
Trying to think if there's anything else significantly worthwhile that's caught my attention. I don't know. Oregon Switch is getting physical, thank Christ. That's news for me.
Which is dope.
Oh wow. So Super Mario 3D World did I think 216,000 copies. And I know there was a complaint for it being $60, but do you think people overlooked it and were just like, I gotta have the game still? And this is excluding digital sales.
I think part of it, yes, because a lot of people are nostalgic for the games, and I mean, when you look at it, I don't remember what the price points were for Sunshine and for all of
They were
that.
$50.
Yeah,
when
so I
when
mean,
they
you're
first came
getting
out.
3 games that originally cost almost twice the amount for all 3 of them. So people are going to take advantage of it. Plus, they want to share it with their kids. I mean, like my kids really, like my daughter keeps begging for certain games that were on the Wii to come to the Switch. Like keeps hoping for Skyward Sword.
Everybody's hoping that for next year.
So
I
yeah.
say I wouldn't rule
I'm
that
not.
out for
I
next year.
yeah, I have a feeling when Zelda has their 35th. But anyhow, so I do think a lot of people were buying it more for the nostalgia and just to be able to get all those games. And it's especially if it's limited edition. You know, I think Nintendo was smart making it only available for a certain amount of time.
Cause the thing about it is, I don't think anyone's gonna be buying that game like maybe 3 months after this month, after
No,
its
they
initial
won't.
release.
Because everybody will have bought it that's going to buy it.
Right, and I think there's gonna be other games that's out there that people are going to be buying.
Hyrule Warriors,
Innocence.
Age of Calamity.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, who cares? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, I'm just looking. When Hyrule Warriors got announced, I was like, oh my god, fangirl.
Yes. I know there is a Transformer game that is coming.
looks
So you
pretty
guys can take a look. Have you seen it, Michael?
I have not. I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't either, actually.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, how did we both miss this?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of surprised you guys missed it. I'm excited for the pops that are coming out for Transformers.
Okay, so it's
How about
called.
that either?
So it's
Where
called
was this that we both missed this?
It's called Transformers Battlegrounds. It gets its first gameplay trailer, Digital Deluxe Edition revealed. This is on Nintendo Live. Outright Games has released Transformers Battlegrounds first gameplay trailer today, also lifting the lid on a fancy deluxe edition release. The trailer shows off some fan favorite Autobots as they battle it out with the dastardly Decepticons. You can expect to enjoy exciting technical combat and co-op arcade action, as well as the original voice cast from the Cyberverse TV series. The deluxe edition we speak of is a digital-only affair, including the full game, 4 Autobot skin packs, and exclusive arcade game mode Cube. And then they give a picture of it. The game's launching on Switch on October 23rd on the eShop, but you can pre-purchase it next month. And early buyers being able to pick up the digital deluxe edition at 10% off for a limited time. So you can go to nintendolife.com if you guys would like to take a look at it and look at the video for it.
I feel like somebody should pay you for that, like, fucking, like, advertisement you just did. You should be getting some money there. I swear, it sounded like a whole ad that, like, I would see on YouTube or some shit. I'm like, you should be getting some money. Someone should pay you for that.
Yeah.
Chill.
So, Amazon has a cloud service system called Luna.
Oh God, that's right. I saw this was coming today.
Yeah, and the controller looks closely like the Pro controller, but the big upset has been that it is coming to iOS. And there's been problems with iOS doing cloud-based gaming with Microsoft because they won't allow them to do xCloud. They say in order for that to happen, each game has to have its own app and be rated. Where on Amazon, they're almost doing the same thing, but all the games don't need to have its own app. What do you guys think about that? Like, is Apple being picky and choosy?
Don't get me started on Apple. I'm still not happy with them in Fortnite. Although I did get my Apple guy.
It doesn't matter.
Michael, any thoughts on it?
No.
I can't see this going anywhere meaningful. Google's already shown that the fucking...
It's almost a year, right? That Stadia's been out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been almost a year since we all forgot about it.
I mean, I'm just
What is
recently
Stadia?
getting more and more commercials on my YouTube. Like, they're now starting to
Yeah, those
push more.
commercials are really pushing hard again.
But I'm not thinking. But I don't see it and think, oh my gosh, like, oh, I'm missing out. I think, oh, what an annoyance. Because again, I don't see it as an. I don't know. It's just, what do I need it for?
Yeah, no kidding.
What were you gonna say, Michael?
Sorry,
I don't know
Michael.
what Stadia is.
It's Google's like streaming platform that they had, and before it came out, they was promising like 4K. You don't need no disc or anything. But when it came out, it had a lot of technical problems. And still to this very day, it's having those problems.
The library sucks.
Yeah, so you kind of like gotta have the subscription, which is I think $10 a month, and then you also with that subscription you have to buy the games.
You're paying to rent a console that you
It's
don't
basically-
actually have.
It's like a Netflix.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
don't like
Netflix,
game
but
anyway,
you're paying
so-
for access to the service, and then you're also paying piecemeal for the games.
That's
Yeah,
true
no.
too. Yeah. No. That's what somebody needs to
Actually,
come
here's
up
a
with.
better analogy for you. Think about it's kind of like if Disney Plus existed, but all the movies and shows on it were done like they did Mulan, where
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to pay for the subscription and then pay for each individual title.
That would be some bullshit.
That's
mean,
what
yeah.
Stadia
Mhm.
is.
Yeah. Oh, see, I
Yes.
misunderstood what Stadia was because I thought Stadia was supposed to be you got access to the games. It was kind of like a Netflix. So I didn't know you
No.
actually had to pay. Ooh. Well, then
They-
fuck
Oh,
that
yeah.
place.
They do.
Fuck it even more.
They do give you like free games for
Yeah,
a
but
month
I
or
got
something.
that on Epic. I can get that on the Epic Game Launcher. You should see my library on there because of all the damn freaking free games I've got. I mean, hell.
Yeah. So
I mean, and I've gotten some good titles that for free on
'Cause-
Epic. So
yeah. It's weird because EA Play is on Stadia, and now, but they're not promoting that.
no.
But they're going to make sure that they promote it on Game Pass, which is weird. Which leads us to kind of the last topic. Of you're fine with this, Larry.
Go for it.
Hades has sold super well on Switch that it became the #1 game on the eShop, and people are
It's a good
still
game.
talking about it.
I'm not shocked.
It's a good game, and it really is a Switch type of game. Like when I played it on the
Mhm.
PC,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could totally see this going to the Switch. So
It's the Dead Cell effect.
yeah,
You know, like
Yeah.
we
Well,
know that.
think back to when they announced it. We all looked at it, and I know, like Kathy, at least you and I for sure looked at it and went,
oh, I bought it
"Yeah,
that
this
night.
is coming to the Switch." I remember, like, there was no way that was not coming to Switch.
Yeah, it was.
I'm holding out on getting it on Switch because there's no way that's not getting a physical pressing.
I
Right.
was thinking the same thing, but I'm
Yeah.
just like I'm gonna jump in and do the digital.
Yeah, I'm
'cause-
holding off until the physical. I'm buying physical. Oh,
But who does Super Giant go through to get it physical?
Limited Run, I think, has done some of their stuff.
Okay.
I think.
but I highly recommend it. I mean, I would get it on sale. Right now I think it's like 15.
That's 20 right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
it's
it
20.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's what I paid initially for it, and it's worth it. And I got it early access, so all the updates and everything. I enjoyed it. Again, it's kind of like Dead Cells, where randomly generated worlds. You die, you go back to the beginning, and then you keep progressing and you keep building your powers and stuff. But it's just a fun take, and I do like the in between when you do go back to the start. You get a chance to talk and interact with different characters and different gods from the Greek and mythologies. So, and it's just fun. It's just fun to kind of hack and slash.
It controls very well. Like the
Does it
controls
control
are really good.
On
Yeah.
the Switch? Okay, because
Mhm.
I know I like the controls. Obviously, I play with the controller for that game, not my keyboard. So I did I had no problems with the controller.
Yeah, yeah. There's no lag in like the button presses. It's nothing like that. It feels super fast. The dodging feels good. Yeah, it's top tier. It's really good.
This Hades is so fucking hot. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't worry. It's they
Sorry.
him and some
Go
other,
right on ahead.
look him and some other gods. Everybody's just like, this god is hot. This god is hot. Like I
He's
never
an
know.
ass, but he's just like, oh, you can talk to me all the time you want.
Apparently, Hades is no longer on sale on Switch. It's $25.
Shit.
Now that said, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do is I already went on to the Epic Store, downloaded my free copy of Rocket League with my $10 credit.
Yep.
That it gets me as well, and then I'm just gonna apply that to the PC version of Hades on the Epic Store and wait for a physical printing of it on Switch.
There you go.
Wow. Which is funny because
That's the efficient way to do that shit.
Yep.
Rocket League is now free on Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
they
I got
decided
it.
to go free to play. So
But I did
Good
get
on
my
them.
Rocket League. In fact, I'm glad you said something. I forgot to download. That was one of the games I was trying to download in the back or purchase in the back.
I want. Did you have to purchase the Metroid car in Rocket League?
No. I think it just unlocked at some point.
Ooh, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is on.
Yeah, the gunship
yes.
car looks cool as shit though.
Yeah, I bought it, but I haven't started yet, and I cannot wait for it.
I'm telling you,
this-
my library is like freaking.
Big.
It's huge and epic. It's all free games too. I think I've spent more, or I barely gave them any money. They get all their money from me in Fortnite. They can give me these damn free games.
But yeah, Larry, that's pretty much all the news that's up to now. That's been hot.
That sounds
that
right.
people have been talking about.
That sounds right. So, yeah, no, I feel like that sufficiently covers it. So here's a good place to wrap for the week. Thank you to all my friends for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you to anybody that stuck around long enough to hear this. And hopefully we'll see you again really, really soon. I appreciate your patience and understanding with the fact that production has kind of been a shit show and grossly behind schedule and out of its normal rhythm due to a whole lot of shit going on. But we're working on getting some new pieces in place to help streamline that going into the future. So there's that. So, but that's it. We'll talk to y'all later. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And we'll see you next time on World War One podcast. Bye, everybody.
Peace.